Lennox with back. She's back with another studio album called Vacancy, and this is pretty much her beginning point of her independent run. Independent. She sits leaving Dreamville Records, and of course, leaving Dreamville and Interscope Records, and getting finalizing her deal after nearly being with the company for pretty much about a decade. So this is only 15 songs, 50 more minutes runtime, and one of my only few reviews so far in the month of January. So I figured I might as well get this one and get the other one out the way. But that's about later on. But yeah, being that this is her independent debut, since leaving that company, I kind of figured what was going on with this record, and I listened to this album over the weekend as in comparison, like pretty much I gather from this album, from the title Vacancy, she pretty much is suggesting emptiness, but also means availability in an open room, a clear schedule, a reclaim interior life. She finds herself leaving Dreamville Records with a blank canvas to impress her soul onto. And pretty much my eyes, it's her most playful, self-possessed, deeply and comforting her most vulnerable studio album yet. Now, going into my favorite records on this album, we're gonna start with the intro, Mob It in DC, which is more so a warm cruising bass line and understated keys, sounding very comfortable at home. Yeah, she pretty much is going in more of like a lovely, blissfully kind of record. If I didn't even mention this already, you have a lot of production, uh, sounding like it was down south Atlanta. And Jermaine Dupri pretty much is. You can hear him in the background. You can hear him in the background doing like understated like vocals and doing understated like production credits, executive producing here as well. Not just on this intro, which I found to be really really cool, but in a lot of duration in the album. So you're gonna hear a lot of him in here as well, and I really like that for her. But yeah, I definitely like the warm cruising bass line, the understating keys. She sounds very comfortable at home on the intro track Mom in the DC, because she really is feeling her. She really is feeling herself. She really is feeling confident. She really feels like she's at home, putting together some strong notes, some strong riffs, and some strong lyrics as well. So really solid intro. Going to track 4, Under the Moon. She pretty much is embodying philosophy, built on sultry, nocturnal groove, but it feels theatrical without deeply tapping into drama. And from the lyrics, you can tell from that where she goes in with lines such as straight from the Hollywood scene, licking teeth like it was a cruise line. He was sweet in the tea, begging for me, begging me for a treat. Felt suspicious mystique. Something's giving me the creeps. Now I'm tripping. I'm so smitten. Now I'm dripping. Started kissing. You can tell she's really feeling herself, feeling the groove, and feeling that moment in the essence in making this record. I also like the lines in the second verse. Silver bullet through your BS, ripping my clothes, hands on my throat. No, should I go? Pulling me close, don't feel right. Now she's praying on my life. Intuition never misses. Should have listened. Bad decisions. She's talking about pretty much men that pretty much that did her. She's pretty much talking about a specific guy that did her wrong. Kind of like taking advantage of the opportunity that was right in front of him and in front of her. She feels like she was into it, really really feeling strong. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, how's it going? But yeah, she feels like she's so committed. She was so intimate into being with this guy, and she feels like now, at the time, she makes these sort of like decisions that kind of cost her. That really didn't feel like she was feeling at odds and feeling in comfortability. I really like this song because I like the vocals, the arrangements, the passion and the soul that she was going into it while making it, and it feels like she She really was. She felt like she was getting a lot of things off of her chest. I also like the lines here. So majestic, effing vicious, like a werewolf when you're in it. Kind of felt like when I heard that line was more like some horror. Under moon, I'm so addicted, so horrific, and you kill it and you murder. Kind of plays like itself is in a like in a horror movie scene when you see that, like, or a murder mystery, something like that. And that's what I kind of got from it. And what I got from it, it's just like the relationship like became what it was, became toxic, but at the same time, like I said, without tapping solely into drama, she's describing she was describing a relationship like very theatrical, like she's very out. She was out of her element, but then she got back into it later on in life, learn and going through life lessons and life stories. So yeah, really really dope song, really really good way of expressing your feelings, your inner emotions, and inner sanctimonious and turmoils. Now, the next song I'll talk about real quick is well, two of them in particularly, two of them songs that I really thought was really interesting was the Soft Girl Era and Dreaming, where position rests, softness and pleasure is earned states rather than indulgences. She sings this while admitting that it's a hard knock life. So Soft Girl Era, I'll just talk about that, which is a pretty good song. And like I said, Jermaine Dupri, this is also with Jermaine Dupri in here as well, where she's kind of portraying herself like it's more so, her out of her inner. She's more or less trying to get back into her comfort zone and try to really put herself back out there. Where she says, "Baby, it's $1,000,000 in the mirror. Step back, can't get near her. Ain't trying to do nothing but look pretty in here. Hurry up and put me in the soft girl. First class, I ain't going nowhere." And then also in the verse he goes, "Cheap flight, high maintenance. Fly high maintenance. I'm busy, take me on vacation." Oh, hey, all about minutes. Hey, what's going on? Oh, I'm just talking about Ari Lennox. If you don't know who she is, she's used to be a part of J. Cole's label Dreamville Records, and in combination with also Interscope Records, and it is her first album independently since leaving the label, and this is her first album in like 3 years since her sophomore album. Um, Age, Sex, Location. So yeah, talk about Ari Lennox Vacancy, by the way. So anybody didn't know that. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying about the verse. So I like when she comes in here, cheap, fly high maintenance. I've been busy, take me on vacation. Put your money to your mouth, don't say ish. Serving cake on the plate, come face it. I can't I can be your passenger, princess. Move quick and add interest. Don't tell nobody what you've been interested, because ain't doing no one's business. Alright, so getting back into the song, let's go to Dreaming. All right, get to the song "Dreaming." So I like this record too, because like I said, it pretty much admitting like what I was saying in the verse, but she says, when I'm gonna see you again, wishing you were my man, on my news, pressing send, you could be my only fan." And then she says, "A rooftop holding your hand, demoner, sweet and zen. Jacuzzi could be your next plan, cause I need you to feel your skin, brown eyes. I'm in a trance. Soon as it gets good, it ends." I kind of picture these lines, and I kind of picture like these lines, like I said before about a whore. It kind of feels like she's tapping into more of like the dramatics and the themes. She kind of figures she's trying to put her relationship out there, put her honest out there, kind of like she's picturing it in a horror movie, like in a horoscope, like she's picturing in that, but not really so tapping much so into it. She's kind of expressing it in ways where it's she's kind of over it. She's more about codependency, all about trying to figure out her own life and figure out her own self, but at the same time looking through the mirror and admitting her faults. So yeah, I just think that this song "Dreaming" is pretty much more about admitting her faults, really talking about admitting like her own like undoings and ongoings, and really going through like a lot of trials and tribulations and steps to take forward into really making herself go better and go into a positive note and positive outlook. But yeah, pretty much this album, what I gathered and my thoughts pretty much are so is I feel like she's more or less figuring out her cycle of just figuring out her own cycle of self-love, self-preservation, self-ideas, codependency, independency, and really just moving on from past ongoing relationships and moving on from past ongoing things that affected her in the past that really just was a thing that she didn't really feel like was on her level was really on her level. Like guys wasn't really thinking on the same wavelength or on the same wavelength she was going towards. So I feel like she's trying to separate all of those past endeavors and trying to go into more of a good and a positive direction. So I really do like that. So I really do like that from her. Uh, while expressing so much things about her living, expressing so much things about living a hard knock life, as far as growing up, as far as dealing with guys that are like that feel like they was like shady in their past, uh, expressing kind of like just like I said, a codependency in their era and everything. So I thought it was pretty interesting. Thought it was a pretty interesting listen and everything. So I'm gonna probably play more of this again. I really really feel it, and really really feel the record. So right now, my rating I'm kind of feeling this album is probably more so. So far, I'm probably giving this like a 3 out of 4 stars right now. My favorite songs on here was the intro, "Mobbing in DC," track 2, "Vacancy," track 4, Under the Moon," track 8, "Deep Strokes," track 7, "Soft Girl Era," 14, track 14, "Dreaming," and the last song, "Hocus Pocus." Like those are my favorite songs, and I give this 3 out of 4 stars. So I definitely would say check this album out when you get the possibility when you can. You definitely don't want to miss anything out here. Said why I see in one of your posts saying you get music like band or oh no, I was on my post I was saying like if you guys have any suggestions of artists that I have not heard of that you want me to listen to, yeah, just let me know. Yeah, that's let me know. I'm covering like local artists. I want to cover local artists that I haven't really heard from or that I have never heard from before. I just wanted to do that. So yeah, that's just really what I want to do is like I want to cover bands, artists, musicians, like producers, anything. If you have any music suggestions, just let me know. That's what I meant by that. From albums, songs, you name it, beat tapes, anything, you name it. Just send them to me. I'll definitely listen to them and cover them and talk about them on my page. So that's what I meant by that. All about minutes. But yeah, overall, yeah, definitely give this one a listen. Tell me what you guys think about it down below in the comment section. Um, if you go into this album, go into it with the modest expectations, and really just cover and cycle just her insight about her thoughts, about her past ongoing transgressions and tribulations and relationships that she had in the past, and you tell me what you think about it. All right, I'm out. Peace.